Hi, witches and warlocks. It's Amy from Savor, Salvage, Scent. I hope this finds you well. For those of you who have not visited the channel before, this mostly focuses on all things perfume and fragrance related with an occasional other artistic or DIY project. For those of you returning, thank you so much. If you haven't considered yet, I hope if you enjoy this video, you'll give it a thumbs up, pardon me, and also subscribe. Click the red subscribe button if you haven't yet so that we can stay in touch. And it helps my channel grow. So today I thought I would just bring to you a quick review. I was compelled to do this review because it's a perfume that I personally have never heard talked about. And I wanted to talk to you about it because I am enjoying the contradictions I'm facing while testing this perfume. So I am the biggest lover of TJ Maxx. I just love that place. And I make my way through there probably a few times a month, and they often have some really great sales on perfume. And as a lot of you will know, most of them are packaged and you cannot test them. However, in this case, there were a few bottles of this out and one was open for testing, or that people had tested. And first starts the first contradiction, or surprise in my case. This is for a perfume or a fragrance called Mambo. And so I opened it and thought, what an 80s, 90s bottle. It's actually, I think, 2001. But I did not see that it was said for men. And I kind of love that I didn't see it. For those of you who haven't listened to the channel before, to me blather on, I think you should wear perfumes that you love no matter where you're at in the gender spectrum and no matter how they're marketed. If you enjoy it, you should wear it and love it. And this is a perfect example that if this had been in the men's section, so often you can find great deals if you check the opposite section from what you're looking for. So if you're looking for more female marketed fragrances, check the men's, because sometimes they'll have women's in there that people are overlooking and vice versa. These were all in the women's section. And so I just assumed it was women's perfume. And I held it up to my nose in the store and I was like, oh my God, I love this thing. I love it. I looked up the review or the notes on Fragrantica and I was like, I'm not getting some of these things. Well, no wonder. So I looked up the women's perfume review. So in short, this was it was marked down to $12.99. I think it's originally $15 at TJ Maxx. Mambo for men, it turns out. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this thing. And I think it's the reason I wanted to talk about it now. Another contradiction for me, or a surprise, was when I read the women's perfume review, it sounded like a summer amber to me. It had a lot of things like mango. It had some tropical fruits. I'm still interested in smelling that, by the way, based on that. But when I smelled this, I was like, this is a perfect fall or transitional scent because it's got some richer things, but it's not so heavy you couldn't wear it year round. So let me tell you a little bit about what's in this thing. So this was created in 2001. The nose's name is Carlos. I think it's pronounced Benham, but let me know if I'm wrong. I've heard his name or read about him because he created many, many perfumes that I love. Prada Amber, Halston Woman, which I love and I think is totally underrated. He created Pure Poison, Armani Code, some scents for Diana Vreeland. He created some scents for the House of Frederick Malle, and my beloved, one of my desert island scents, Bulgari, Jasmine Noir. One of the best scents I've ever smelled in my mind. Love it. So, what is in this? Top notes are lavender, lime, lemon, verbena, and bergamot. The mid notes are cinnamon, orange blossom, caraway, cedar, rose, lily of the valley, geranium, and patchouli. And the base notes are sandalwood, musk, balsam fir, and patchouli. I also have this on my wrist today. I'm loving this. First thing I'll say about it, this lasts all day long. I sprayed this, I think at like probably 9 or 10 in the morning. No, probably 10 on a weekend day. And that evening I could still smell it. I would classify it as, it has, even though, while amber's a fantasy note, as we know, but I get ambery quality from this. I get spice, and I get a little bit of fougere, like a men's fougere, and I think that's probably the lavender running through it. Now, this is my opinion, of course. I think this is perfectly unisex. This reminds me a lot, not entirely, like it doesn't have all the same elements. It has some similar elements too, but it evokes the same kind of feeling I get from Covet by Sarah Jessica Parker, which I think is considered kind of a weird scent by many, but I love its kind of gourmand combination with lavender. And I also get some similar feelings, while it's a little more, to me, male leaning. The Dreamer by Versace, again, a little more male leaning, but I think has some similar qualities in that it's got the fougere thing going on, but some gourmand things. So, and why I say this is kind of a combination of fougere and gourmand is because it has things like the spices, like the cinnamon really comes through, even a little of the orange blossom, the spice, you know, sometimes even patchouli can kind of smell chocolatey. So to me, I get equal parts like an ambery feel, a gourmand feel, and fougere. And for that reason, I think it's just beautiful. While it's got some similarities to these other scents, it's not exactly like it. I think this is very, very interesting. And I'm shocked. I went to look this up and I don't think anyone's talking about it. And it's so good and so reasonable. So I would love to hear from you if any of you know about Mambo, or any men in my feed wearing it, or any of you ladies open to trying it out in spite of the fact that it's marketed to men. I just think it's great, and a total cheapie, 3.4 ounce. I think it's 3.4 ounce. Yes, indeed. I paid, I think, 12 or 13 for this, and you can find it online from $12 to $15. So highly recommend Mambo for Men by Liz Claiborne, and wearing it no matter where you're at in the gender spectrum. All right, cheers. Have a great night. Bye.